Mm, God damn. I'm telling you about that Costco's, Jack. That Costco gets you right around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we back to the Uncommon Sense show. You know, bruh getting faded right now. You know what I'm saying? Bruh getting faded right now. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's the way it's gotta be. It's Tuesday night. We keeping it real. We're doing what the fuck we gotta do around here. And that's the way I feel around this piece. You dig it? Now bust this. We just doing our thing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. I'll be faded trying to type these numbers in. I'm surprised I ever get them right. Uh, but I'm gonna keep on trying. You know, I gotta piss like a fucking bear. Yo, all right. You know what I'm saying? I want you to check in. When they come through, I'm sliding off because I gotta piss like a fucking fireman, nigga. Like a motherfucking fireman. Motherfucker fighting fires all day. He gotta piss. Word. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go downstairs, get me something to eat because I'm hungry than a motherfucker, man. Actually, I ain't hungry. I just want to eat something. You know, fuck it, you know. I gotta get up in the morning. White man don't want this out there, you know. Shit. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know, hey, look, speaking of which, okay, yo, I would talk about the albums behind me. Like, it's some dope shit. You got Mass Production, Denise Williams. You got the Sister Sledge first album, Patrice Rushen, Donald Byrd, the Barcades, Quincy Jones, my nigga. Hey, it's some dope shit on this wall. Roy Ayers, Jermaine Jackson, Michael Jackson, uh, Alicia, what's good? Alicia back up in the building. What's good? What's popping?
I couldn't find that damn hat. I done pulled everything out of my storage.
Well,
Now it's, now it's all over everywhere.
see, what
And
meant to
that,
be?
but I ain't going to bed not till I find it because it's somewhere in this house.
Nah, you didn't took the hat and you're supposed to be on hand.
For what?
I'm just listening.
For what? No, I don't. I put it up. It was sitting on my desk, and then I moved it. I need to stop doing drugs. That's what that is. Because I done lost a pair of my daughter's diamond earrings. I done put them up somewhere. I can't remember where I put them. And that my Fez case, I had it sitting on my desk, and I can't remember where I put it.
You don't have a box?
I have a Fez. It's in a Fez case.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in a big ass white case. That's what I'm saying. It's somewhere in this house. I don't know where. I might have been had when I put it up. Ain't no telling.
Well, goddamn.
It's in here. It's in here somewhere.
But I was gonna ask about the diamond earrings. Diamond earrings. You don't have they come in a case.
So they were my daughters. My mother had bought my daughter some diamond earrings from Tiffany for her high school graduation.
Nice.
She took them off here and she left them on the counter. And I called myself. I was like, well, I don't want to leave them right here on the counter because I was scared I was gonna knock them off or they was gonna get lost. So I took them and put them up. I don't know where I put them.
How long ago was this?
Oh man, it's been some months.
Oh, see, yeah, they gone. They in the house somewhere, so they ain't gone.
I put them up, but I don't know where they are.
You gotta tear the whole house apart to find them.
I ain't gonna do that. Not right now.
Well, that solves it.
Man, you should see my porch. Like it's all kind of shit on this back porch now. And pulled all the stuff out. I pulled a lot of stuff out the storage, and I started sweating. I'm like, I can't. And then I'm asking myself because it's in the case. I'm like, why the hell would you cook? Because I'm thinking I had put it on the shelf in there because that makes sense. That's where it would go. It ain't on the shelf in there. It ain't on the shelves in neither none of my closets. I'm like, well, what the hell was you thinking? Because it should be on the shelf because it's in the case. So why are you putting it in the box? That makes sense. But again, I don't know what my train of thought was when I put it up. So.
And you talking about months ago?
Yeah, I put it up months ago.
See, that's why me personally, that's why I have to have shit where I know where I can get it at. I don't.
But I'm sure when I put it up, I thought I could get it.
But that was months ago.
I know, but I haven't used it. Like I like organization. I don't like for things to be out of sorts. Out of sorts bothers
Good.
me.
Good.
So when I have stuff like that don't look like my Fez hat was sitting on my desk, but I couldn't take it right there. So I moved it. I just don't know where I moved it to. And the places where it makes sense that I would have moved it to, it's not there.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what. When when you're not looking for it, that's when it's gonna pop up on you.
I swear, because I swear I've seen it a few times and I just can't figure out where I've seen it.
It's in there. It can't be nowhere else. It's in the house somewhere. It just ain't popped up on you yet. But one day you're gonna be sitting over there looking for a shirt or a pair of shoes, and bam, it pop up. Oh, there it is.
No, because I looked at the shoes. I got shoe boxes somewhere everywhere now.
Oh, okay.
There ain't nothing over here about these shoes. Ain't no room for nothing else but these shoes now.
See, that's
I need
all
some more space for some shoes.
Nah, me personally, nah. Like I just flipped my closet like a week ago, and I got all my summer shit in a couple of totes, my winter shit in a couple of totes. And so what works easy for me is you just take them from one level and bring them up to the next level, and they up here with you. So
that makes sense, but I'm not in the house.
Well, I can dig that.
I'm not. So you can't the exchange. Like I'm not pulling all them damn boxes out there to do. That ain't my calling. I don't care about it that much, but I do like for my stuff to be like straight. Like my shoes have to be, the boxes have to be in order. The shoes have to be put up. Stuff has to be where I can find it. But like I told you, on rare occasions, I might,
You keep shoe boxes? Because my mother does
that. Yes, I keep shoe boxes.
That's too much space. I don't do that shit. When I buy, as soon as I buy the shoes, I throw the box in the garbage.
Oh no, that would bother me. That would drive me up a wall.
What the hell I need the box for?
Because to me, that's how I keep my shoes on. Like I don't like loose shoes. I can't stand loose shoes.
Okay.
I don't like loose shoes. And if they loose, they have to be like next to each other. And they have to be straight. And when they not straight, it bothers me. So it's easier for me now. And I'm a bit of a control freak, so it's easy for me to keep them in a box.
For me, it's like, you know what? If I got and I keep like the shoes, I have like about a good let me see, about 6 pairs that I wear on a regular basis, them work shoes. Then I have my other shoes, another 6 pair over there, right? Mm-hmm. That's as far as I'm going. If there's an occasion where I want to switch off from that, then I go on a tote. Those shoes are side by side. Okay, so I said, okay, well, I feel like Adidas. I feel like this, that, whatever. Then, okay, oh man, I forgot I had these. Let me put these on. That type of shit. But it's not going to be a thing where I don't like a lot of clutter, and I don't like a lot of shit just thrown everywhere. But right now today, if I said, okay, I'm going to wear Adidas, or Puma, or Nike, then I can do that because I know exactly where shit is. So I'm saying my thing is,
too. And I don't like them knocked down.
Like the boxes.
If you go grab your shoes and one of them knocked, that would disturb my whole day.
No, I'm with you.
That would disturb me. If you touch that shoe and that shoe got out of sort, even if you put it back, that would bother me. That would make me go get a box and put your shoes up.
No,
it would get on my nerves.
They out of order. Let me straighten them up right now.
Oh, and that's what I'm saying. It would get on my nerves, and I'd be like, at this point, you need some boxes because you keep on knocking stuff over. Like that would bother. Like seriously, that would bother me that you knocked it over. Even if you straighten it back, I'd be pissed off that it was knocked over to begin with. Because to me, it shouldn't have happened because you needed a box.
But the only person gonna knock it over is gonna be me. Don't nobody.
It don't matter. But then I started out saying, I'm a little bit of control freak. So the fact that it's knocked over, even if you pick it up and straighten it back up, it's going to piss me off to the point that I'm going to figure you need some boxes and I'm going to go get you some boxes to keep you from knocking shit over. Because that's just going to piss me. Now you just knocking shit over at this point and I got a problem.
I'm just listening.
That could be the army too, because
But see, I'm from the army too, but I didn't do all that. I still shot my shit. But see, my thing is, I don't want.
Now I see why Alicia kids left home.
That solves it. Hey, I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Mika. Well, yeah,
That understands why Alicia kids got the hell out of Alicia house.
they live right next door to me though.
But
They
still in
literally
all.
are right next door to me.
But still in all.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
have
you
to
know,
be
I
making
like
sure if they knock a
they.
shoe down, they
No. Well, in all fairness, now I used to leave them alone, but what I would do is like if they room was nasty, and they went to school, I would take all the stuff out the drawers and dump it in the middle of the floor and tear up their bed and stuff, so they had to clean it up. Now I would do that.
You was a sergeant for real. What was your title in the army?
That wasn't nothing. And their daddy is a command sergeant major. I just, you know what I could not, in my mind, like clutter. I can't think with clutter. Like I don't like chaos. Like
Right,
chaos
me either.
irritates me. Like I can function. Like I can function under stress, but I can't stand clutter and chaos. And so
Me
with
either.
them, I was trying to teach them. Like it was a
That's
little harsh. And
crazy.
my son would say all the time, he'd be like, "Mom, if it was a speck of dirt, you'd be going off." But it was just because growing up, like I mean, I wasn't poor growing up, but we didn't have the stuff that they had growing up. And my thing was like, I spend so much money trying to make sure that y'all have nice things, nice TVs, nice bedroom sets, nice clothes and stuff. To you, I'm working two jobs and y'all just throwing this shit on the floor, you disregarding it. Like it pissed me off because I work hard for this shit that you all are taking for granted. And so yeah, I would just dump all the stuff in there because if you don't, to me, take care of your stuff. Take care of your things.
You're right.
I'm in
Absolutely right.
agreement with that, but I don't think I went that far, Alicia.
Yeah, I mean, I might have been a
I
little rough.
I mean, I done woke them up. My kids have said stories. I done woke them up out the middle, out they sleep, and made them get it in order. But just the living, I think I would have been out of breath pulling all that stuff apart.
Girl, I
But
had
I
all
did.
day. I had all
did.
day.
Now I would wake them up out they sleep, especially after they knew they orders.
And what's funny, like my son, I be telling him all the time, I'm like, your room, I go over to his house, I be like, why your room look like Lord Whacker? Room be looking like Lord Whacker. And it just
She a little whacker.
and he'll just
That's
be looking at me,
crazy.
he'd be like, I be fussing at him, he like, mama. And I have to leave his house because I know it's his house, but I'd be like, why your room look like Lord Whacker? Why you look like a vagrant? Like it just irritates my soul.
I'm to the point now. I got my two teenage. Like I have two sets of kids. I say I got the grown kids and I got the teenage kids. You know, my kids are so far apart from each other. Now my grown kids, they knew, okay, do this. But these two last teenagers that I got right now, I just keep their door closed because I'm already knowing if I open that door, it's gonna be World War III. So to keep me from killing my children, I keep the door closed. Now my 14-year-old, soon to be 15, he now at the age where okay, he like it to be neat and keep it clean. But this 13-year-old, I'm about ready to strangle him. So I understand your pain with that with these new age kids.
It just drive me up a wall.
And like I share a room now with my granddaughter because I got custody of her. So I share a room with my granddaughter. And it was like every day I come in here, I got to rearrange, redo, straighten up this, that, and the other. So I understand. I might do that now. I might have do your method now, but
I'm telling you, like, because you know what? After I started dumping all that shit out in the middle of the floor, I did that maybe 4 times. They stopped leaving their room like that.
Do it.
Yeah.
I just do that with dishes too. When they didn't wash dishes, I would put dishes in their bed. I would take all dishes out the cabinet. I mean, just like, because I know my kids and I know they ain't stupid. So my thing was, you ain't clean these dishes. Why? Because you think I ain't going to ask you to do them again. So I got a trick for you. You going to wash every dish in here.
That was my auntie.
They roll over like 5 pots and pans in the bed.
Oh no, they come home from school. They come home from school and there's pots and pans in the bed, clothes on the floor, drawers out, drawers. I done pulled the dresses out the drawers, baby.
That sound like
my auntie used to do that.
That's what Tamika said. She said that's why my kids left home.
They ran home.
But that's like when we was in basic, if somebody's book was fucked up, they would take and empty out all the drawers, those shoe polish and shit all in the middle of the floor. Throw all your BDUs and shit in the middle of the floor, all your boots thrown in the middle of the floor. And then you come in, as you got smoked for about a good 6-7 hours. You come in to this shit.
Okay. Yep, clean that up.
You don't even know what we don't even know what boots is yours. They did. I think that's like a rites of passage because I think it's just, I ain't been on every base and I didn't do but one basic training like everybody else. But I think that's part of basic training. And then you come up in there, you got 2 different shoes. You don't know if the shoes is yours or not. You know what I'm saying?
But at the end of the day, did you really give a damn? Like you at some point you just stop caring. Like as long as they fit my foot, come on.
Yeah, that's
go.
what it comes down to because that's what you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no
I
choice.
probably would.
Like,
Hey, Will, I probably would have went AWOL after that.
yeah, I mean, you could if you want to. You could. Honestly,
Yeah.
motherfuckers, we was in processing and motherfuckers was freaking out and going home. In processing, we ain't even made it to
Yeah, you ain't even got to basic.
motherfuckers on
Motherfuckers
suicide
already
watch.
quit.
I swear to God, when I was in
Fuck
there,
out of here.
motherfuckers up in there, goddamn it, off that cattle truck, that same night, they was on suicide watch. You had some people, it just depended on the person. Most people made it out of basic training. I say about a good 80 to 90% of the people, but you got them 1 or 2 up in there, and they just ain't gonna make it. And you ain't gonna know till you get there. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't never been away from home. They don't know shit. And they ain't got no survival tactics at all. They just, I don't know.
They just out there.
It's out there. And then they decide they don't want to make it. They got these niggas on suicide watch, then took all the laces out their boots and all this bullshit. It's the motherfuckers like that. It don't be like 20
That's true.
It'd be like
I
1.
can see that.
You know what I'm saying? It's real.
I can see that.
All you gotta do is follow instructions. That's really what it come to. If you can follow instructions, you can get wherever you want to be.
No, come on, Canard. It ain't. You know it ain't that simple.
No, but it is. It is. It's follow instructions.
Man, you ain't never been
Detail.
smoked. You ain't never been smoked for no goddamn good reason at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's more than follow. Right. I had drill sergeant that used to get drunk and bark in the intercom at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for no fucking reason. Come upstairs and smoke you. He drunk. You ain't did shit because you sleep, but he got the whole building up, and now we getting smoked for 30 minutes just to get back up at 4:30 in the morning to run PT. Like we ain't did shit. We followed the instructions. We took our ass to bed like we supposed to, but his drunk ass come on the fuck with us.
Them motherfuckers be on some bullshit. The drill.
And ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it.
I used to want to be a drill. Like it was a real good month period. I wanted to be a drill.
You know what I wanted to do, and they tried to get me to do it too. Airborne. I wanted to be an airborne ranger. Then I thought about it. I was like, nope.
Could have did.
I didn't like running.
Running was your issue?
Yeah, I didn't like running, and that part, of being airborne. I ain't fuck that. Man, look here. What I want to do when I got in the military, I want to drink a lot. I want to drink.
Hell yeah.
I want to drink and party. And airborne ranger they wasn't gonna allow me to do that.
I mean, the school was, I don't know, I think the school was like a month, maybe something like that, if that long. But I mean, if the running was your issue, then
that was really my only issue. Like but first of all, the issue was like because I was used to be really top heavy. And I would have to wear a regular bra, a sports bra, and I would have to take 2 ace bandages and wrap myself up because when I ran, the bra would cut me and I would literally be bleeding.
Oh wow.
But they wouldn't give me a breast reduction because they said it wasn't medically necessary. But we talking about men. So, they wouldn't do it. So like a lot of my running, it hurt because if you top with Mika top heavy. You're top heavy when you run, it pulls. So it was like it was cutting me under here. Like I still have little scars up under here because my wire would cut me, but it also would pull. So my chest would always be sore when I got through running because I was too top heavy. And I just recently got a breast reduction maybe 4 years ago, and I literally had to complain about that for like 3 years in order for them to get done even then.
Wow.
But I think you could have made it through airborne.
I could have if I wanted to. I wasn't with that running. Like I did. I didn't want no parts of that. I didn't want no parts of them telling me I had to run. And then I heard horror stories about them. And then let me tell you this too. I was scared of heights too. I was scared of heights. Man, yeah, I'm scared of
That
heights.
didn't happen to me till I got in the military. I didn't have no issues with flying or nothing until I got in the military.
Man, I'm scared of heights. I ain't, I'm 5'2", I'm low to the ground. I just
You 5'2"?
5'2"? Yeah, she is. She about 5. She probably
I might
5
not
and a
even be
half.
5'2" in real life. I've been saying it for so long.
I swear, she probably like 5
You
feet.
short, Alicia?
I'm short to me.
She's 5'2" with heels.
Yes, Tamika,
I'll tell
I'm
you,
short.
yes, you could.
I'm
I'd have
short.
never thought
I'm
that.
probably like this
I'd
big.
have never
5
thought
feet.
that.
I don't know
5'2" in heels.
No,
Them,
I'm
them
See,
five.
short,
I'd have
short
never
I
pumps.
thought
might be
you were
5'2"
short.
and a half in some heels.
5'2" and a half and some heels.
In some heels.
Oh, geez.
Right.
Right.
She's 5 feet even, flat footed.
With some 6-inch heels on, I'm 5'2" and a half.
God damn.
Hey, did y'all see that building collapse right there on Jackson and Coleman?
No.
He killed the man
happened?
tonight.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, earlier today, some people were sitting on the porch that they say the news just said that the building was in foreclosure since June of last year or something like that. But half of it collapsed and it killed a 44-year-old man, and they say like 5 or 6 other people were injured and critical injured really bad.
This happened today?
Yeah, it happened today, right there on Jackson, 3400 West Jackson. So I think that's Jackson and Holman.
In Holman, yeah.
I know what that's at.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lawsuit.
I'm
Yeah.
almost for sure it is. But the thing is, who you gonna sue? Because the building was in foreclosure, so therefore it was up to the bank. And now the other people on that street right there, they concerned about they building now.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's really crazy. But I'm really thinking up in that area, it is a lot of abandoned buildings. So I'm wondering if they supposed to even be sitting on that building.
Could be that case too.
Yeah. There is a lot of abandoned buildings going up and through there, like before you coming east,
Up and
before you
down
get to
Holman. Yeah,
Pulaski
it used to
Eastern.
be. I used to take that way to go to
On
school.
Jackson. Yeah, on Jackson. Coming.
I used to take that way to go to high school.
Yeah, east of Pulaski, it's a lot of them abandoned buildings over there, and it was a Greystone building too. Them buildings normally be good, but I don't know. But yeah, this guy, he lost his life today because of that.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I know money ain't gonna bring them back, but I hope that the family, they should be able to get some sort of compensation.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to really think about these buildings too, because just earlier this week, no, last week, the building on a brick fell down on a lady head on Ashland and Milwaukee.
Damn.
And she was in critical condition.
From what building?
I don't know if you're familiar with that area, but it was the old City Sports building right down right down Ashland and Milwaukee. It was really on Milwaukee side, like Division, where Ashland, Milwaukee, and Division meet.
Mm-hmm.
That building right there, like set right on the corner, but it was on Milwaukee.
That's crazy.
And it used to be a City Sports right there. Yeah, so yeah, they really need to do something about these buildings, abandoned buildings. But that was like a business building over there. But I know over in this area, they really need to do something about all these buildings. Either they need to tear them down or put them on the market or something so somebody can buy them and fix them up.
Well, yeah, that's where gentrification comes in. Because all they're gonna do is sell them dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's gonna happen is they're gonna raise the property value up, and then boot everybody else out who can't afford it. That's gentrification. Same thing happened in Inglewood. It was like about maybe 2-3 years ago, Inglewood was letting properties go, houses, land, for a penny. And the only reason I didn't get one is because I didn't have an Inglewood address. The same thing happened. It was a chick I knew. Matter of fact, she was private service too. Chick I knew from way back. And she's doing farming now. Black woman. She's doing like farming and shit. Last time I seen her, I was on my route, and she was over at Walton. We was talking about it, and she was getting like watermelons and all this other shit. But anyway, she bought a property. They were selling properties for a penny in Matson, and she bought one of them. She took the land, started farming the land, and doing fresh fruits and all this other shit out of Matson. Yeah, real shit. I said, damn, I was really inspired by that. I was like, man, that's something. You know what I'm saying? Because like you hear about that on the news. If you live in this town, we letting land go for a penny. I've heard of that 3 different instances in my lifetime. 3 different ones.
Yeah, I know they were selling empty lots for $1.
There you go.
Yeah, I know they was doing that a lot around here in the Londale area too. A couple of years ago, they was selling that empty lots go for $1, but you had up until a year to put something on that lot before the city took it back.
I would have tried to get one. If I could afford to get it, I would have took it.
Yeah. If I could afford to put some property on it or something on it, but because you had to do something with it within that year. If not, then the city took it back from you. But yeah, if I could have afforded then, I would have done something too.
Now see, like what I said with old girl, like I said, the chick I knew, what she was doing was she was taking and growing crops and everything on there. And so that would I'm assuming that would qualify in doing something with the land, and that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't go get a property and nothing like that, you could take the land, throw some seeds in the ground. You get seeds for $1. Throw some seeds in the ground and just say you want to grow flowers, you want to grow greens, you want to grow any vegetable. It's out there to do that. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight, if that ever comes across me again, I'm gonna make a real true effort to buy one of those pieces of land. If for no other reason than I own it and I can choose what I want to do with it, whether I want to sell it, whatever. But actually, I said my mother-in-law, you know, my in-laws and everything stay in Inglewood, and I wasn't on top of the ball with it, and the shit came and went. But if it comes around again, I'm gonna buy some land, because I'm gonna tell you, Inglewood is prime real estate. Anything around a train, a bus is prime real estate.
Yep.
And see,
Sure
I fucked that up. I fucked that opportunity up on 2 occasions, because I knew about that time when they were selling them in Madison. I didn't know about Mika was talking about Lawndale. I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that either.
But that
they did it in Lawndale. Let me see, I came back to Chicago in 2012. So I want to say somewhere around 14 or 15 that they were selling those lots. And the crazy part about it, at the time that they was doing it, the block that I actually lived on, which was Keeler, 12th and Keeler, we had at least about, on my block alone, the 1200 block of South of Keeler alone had like 3 or 4 empty lots, and they were huge lots out there.
Oh, yeah, you better laundromat?
Yeah, I was actually right across the street from the laundromat.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I always say too far from each other.
Yeah, I was actually dead across the street from the laundromat.
Yeah,
I was actually living
she
over
like
there.
a half a block down from Fraser.
Yep.
Elementary
Sure.
school.
My kids went to Webster.
Yeah, I went to Webster for a little while.
Yeah, my daughter and my 2 youngest sons, they went to Webster.
Yeah, I went to Webster for a little while.
Yeah, I was actually over there
second
when
generation in Cape Town. My mom used to go to Sumner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sumner been around since probably before probably in the 50s.
Yeah, my kids' uncle and uncle and big cousin went there. I used to take my kids up there to play in their playground.
Right. Yeah,
we used to walk up there to play in their playground.
No, I went to Webster, then I moved toward and went to Mason
Oh, okay.
on the other end near
Yeah.
Cermak.
Okay.
I told my kids, I said, I remember the time when I was in school, you come pay me to come across Roosevelt. I wouldn't come, you come pay me to go across Roosevelt and you come pay me to go across Cicero. Those just
true.
two streets.
That's
I
true.
did not
Stay
mess with.
lying. That's
If
true.
you went to Michelle Clark, Austin, John Hay, any of those schools over there, you didn't come
they
past
go in
you didn't go
K-Town.
past Cicero. Nope, you didn't. You didn't do
You
that.
didn't go in K-Town.
You
It was
sure
like,
did.
hell no.
Real shit. But Mika, you went to
And-
Douglas, didn't you? Did you go to
No.
Douglas?
I went to Michelle Clark and
Oh,
Michelle Clark and Austin. See, I'm like you, Kennard. I came from Rick. So you came from up north. I came from Ricker Park. I was born in St. Mary's Hospital.
get out of
And
here.
I stayed on Levy. Yes, my elementary school was Ricker Park, and then they changed to A.M. Prescott. A.M. Prescott adopted the governor, his granddad adopted our school.
Oh,
And it became A.M. Prescott. And then I went there up until 6th grade. My grandma died in 88. And I moved out of Ricker Park in 89, and I moved on Laramie and Division with my aunt. And I went to Michelle Clark. So I did 6th, 7th, and 8th at Michelle Clark, and then I went to Austin.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
Michelle, where
You
Michelle
the
Clark
West
is? Is
Michelle Clark
Michelle Clark on Laramie?
Harrison.
Harrison,
and
Laramie?
Harrison. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, that
Yep.
was far for
Yep.
me. Because we stayed on Central and Iowa. That was too far for me to get to.
Yeah, that's
I went to
yeah.
Douglas.
Michelle Clark
you
was
went
on
to
Harrison
Douglas?
and Laramie.
Yeah.
Actually though, Kennard, I did 2nd grade at Key Elementary.
I'm not familiar with Key. I heard of
Key
it.
across the street from Douglas. How you not know Key? When you left, well, yeah, because I think when they left Key at 5th grade, they went across the street to Douglas because Douglas was 6, 7, and 8.
But see, I only went to Douglas for 1 year. I went to
Oh,
Douglas for
okay.
8th grade year. Like
Oh, okay.
67, like I say, we moved to the west side. I was 12. And I did my 1 year at Douglas and I graduated. I was going to Arai. Arai was on like Wilson and I can't remember the other street, but it was before you got to Lakeshore Drive. It was like if you're going east on Wilson, it was before you got to Lakeshore Drive.
Oh, okay.
And me and my
wow.
sister went to Arai. Yeah, I was on the north side, and I was supposed to went to Sin. That was the high school I
Yeah,
was to go
Sin.
to.
Yeah, Sin. Sin
Yeah.
is well Ashland, right?
I really don't even know. I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
I
Sin is
actually,
on
yeah, it's
Ashland.
on Ashland. Yeah, it's on
It's on
Ashland. Yeah,
Ashland.
because I
I know
actually
it's
worked
Sin
at
at.
Sin when I was working for the board. I worked
Yeah,
at
Sin is on Ashland. It's up north.
But see, the plan was a lot of guys. When I was a kid, I played baseball with like a bunch of guys, and we was like kicking ass and shit around the neighborhood. And the plan was we was all gonna go to Sin and play baseball. Well,
Yeah,
all
they
of
had a
them
really
went.
good. They had a really good baseball team.
That's what I'm saying. All of them went, and I didn't go. I was on the west side. See what I'm saying? So I missed that opportunity. So I ended up playing baseball at fucking Austin with people I didn't even know. But see, like I said, I had no control.
Austin had a baseball team?
Yeah, I played on the baseball team. I was there.
I remember you being on a basketball team. I didn't know Austin had a baseball team.
Yeah, baseball, football, track, wrestling.
I remember the wrestling team. I remember the football, the baseball. Can't forget football. They didn't win not one game, not 4 years we was there.
So what part of the north side you grew up in, Kennard? Edgewater?
No. Actually, not my grandmother. My mother actually grew up in Edgewater.
Okay.
But I grew up in Uptown. Okay. Uptown, I always say Truman College because it's right around the corner from
Y'all was gonna say that up there by Wilson, Montrose.
Yep, right around that way. Yep, that was my stomping.
Yeah, my first apartment on my own as an adult was where I was a senior in high school and I had my own apartment. Was on Montrose and Hazel.
Oh shit,
that was my first apartment.
You should. Why you ain't stay there?
Uh,
Kennard said, you have moved around all them niggas.
Kanai,
That
consider the
is,
fact that
he
consider the
was
fact that all my cousins were 4-quarter hustlers, and
Okay.
and they all came out to my house one day, and they all spent the night at my house one day, and leaving out the building, let's just say.
They
A
go
lot of
through it.
Mexicans didn't make it.
But you know what? It's just see that element was there. It didn't make a difference if you was up
Yeah,
north.
those Mexicans up there. Yeah, those Mexicans up there at that time, at that era. If you wasn't from there and you didn't grow up over there, they was at your head. They really was, because they
Yeah.
came at my cousins now, and I'm talking about they went to their trunk, and my cousins now went to their trunk, and it was just the best thing for me to move. It was time to go.
But see, the north side, I still got a lot of love for them, because the one thing I did, and I still do love about the north side, is because the north side to me was as close as you can get to the real world, because there was so many different ethnicities out there. Everybody,
Yes,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying, did their own thing. You had Africans,
yes,
you had Vietnamese, you had
yes.
Polish people, you had Puerto Rican, Mexican, you had black folks up there, you had you name it, they was all up there, and we all went to school together. And so, you know, that was the exposure that I needed. When I came to the west side, it was a culture shock, because it was like all black people.
Oh my God,
Right.
it was so different. I promise you,
shit.
cannot like you felt like literally felt out of place, because it was like everything, like you only had just blacks, and you didn't
Right.
have the, you know what I'm saying, the other nationalities. And even so, like me growing up in Ricker Park, like I grew up over there with the LGBT group. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had the gays, I had the transgenders. I physically, literally knew a man that changed into a woman, and I watched him change into a woman. Like I knew him, I watched him go through his phase or whatever. So it was, it was nothing to me when I moved to the west side, but it was different because it was like it really wasn't accepted then.
Right.
But where I came from, it was accepted.
Right. And so
it was a total shock and change difference when I moved that way.
I totally agree. I mean, you figure I was like, what, 12 years old? And 1 year
that's how old I was.
I'm on my way to a black high school, you know what I'm saying? It was just totally threw me off. And so it took a minute to adjust. I still really didn't adjust, I don't think 100%, but it took a minute to adjust, because how do you go from this to this? And that's just what it was. It was just like, everywhere you go, it's all us. It's like, no matter where you at, in school, out of school, whatever. But up north, it was like, you never know what you're going to see. You see fucking rabbis up there. You're seeing Muslims. You're seeing, I mean, just all this. And I loved it because it was a big melting pot. And everybody, when it's like that, everybody almost has to get along. I mean, yeah, you're going to have,
Right. That's
you
true,
got
though.
gangs, you know what I'm saying? You still got gangs out there.
Yeah, north side was kind of rough, certain areas.
Right. And see, where we stayed at, and I kid you not, right next to us, man, every Saturday morning, I would wake up to the sound of horseshoes hitting a big stake in the ground, because the white boys, it was Gaylord. It was a gang. They would take and they would be throwing horseshoes. And that's what I would wake up to every Saturday morning. Cling, cling, cling. I never forget it. Never had a problem with them. That was a white gang, like right there next to us. Upstairs, Latin Kings was upstairs on the second floor. I didn't gangbang. You know what I'm saying? My sister was gangbanging, but I didn't. But so from my vantage point, everybody was cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was African kids I went to school with. I mean, Vietnamese, Filipino, I mean, Chinese, Japanese, you name it. They was all there on the north side. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
The thing for me was, I remember one day crying because I thought my name was a off-brand name.
Really?
Like I remember being little, going up to my elementary school, A.M. Prescott, and it was always multiple names of every other name but my name. And I thought it was something wrong. I'm like, what? I thought my name was ugly or something. And I promise you, when I went to Michelle Clark, my first year in Michelle Clark, there were 7 Tamikas.
Wow.
And I thought that I was the only one with this name. And I remember sitting home one day crying, like, I don't like thinking like my name was so ugly till I got to Michelle Clark. And there were 7 different Tamikas. And I remember one time they called all of us to the auditorium because one of them had got in trouble. And they couldn't figure out which Tamika. So we had to be like in the little lineup to figure out which Tamika it was. And then when I got to Austin, it was actually you remember short Tamika? She had my whole name, Tamika Evans. And I was like, oh.
Yes, I do. But it's a common name. It is. That's
Yeah, but
it
it was right. It wasn't common where in the Ricker Park area. It was not common. It was like you didn't hear of a Tamika. And I really, you had different Marie, different other names, but you didn't have a Tamika. So till I got to Michelle Clark, when I came out west, I realized everybody was being called Tamika.
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
I see. It's a thing. It's just we born into this shit. We don't know, and but we did what we had to do. We made the best of the situations that we was in.
It was fun times because, like you said, you had the different cultures, different ethnicities, and you experience different things too when you grow up with everybody.
So yeah, for me, it was just like I go from one side of town where baseball was the shit, and then the other side of town, they don't give a fuck about baseball. Basketball, football, and shit. So it was like, well, I can't play basketball and I can't play football, so I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, it was what it was. You know what I mean? And I soak it all in because it was just a part of what it was for me. But like I said, I knew there was something else out there because, not to say that the West Side was all bad or all good. The West Side was the West Side. But, from where I was from, I can say the same thing about the North Side. But, it's just you take all this shit in and you just, you use your discretion and you just pick out what you like and you distinguish what you don't like and you move forward.
Yeah, I can say you can adapt. It was growing up like that, it was easy to adapt.
Well, I disagree.
Well, why you say that?
Because I've never been one for abrupt change. It's hard for me as an adult to adjust to abrupt change. And we're talking about over the course of the summer. My birthday's in the summer. So you're talking about a couple of weeks after my birthday, I'm getting ready to go to a school where I don't know nobody. I'm in an area where I don't feel comfortable. And all I was told was, all right, well, you got to do these 4 years. My dad couldn't get me in the Weston house. I told Will about this. My dad, my mother and my father, they couldn't get me in the house. And my dad called.
Wow,
he called some coach. I don't know who, because my dad used to run track. So he called some coach. And when that phone call was over, he came to me and he said, all right, well, you got to do these 4 years, you right down the street. And I'm like, man, this is fuck. Because at least if I could have went to Weston House, I knew Weston House had a good baseball program.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm like, okay, I can go over there and play ball at the house.
Yeah, we had a baseball team.
Right. But
I knew the guys on the baseball team too.
The shit didn't fucking work out. So I couldn't even get the house.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, yeah.
You know why I lived there? I lived in K-Town and went to Weston House.
But back then because we had to test in. Like I got accepted in West House. We had to test in. Right. We literally had to come in. I remember
you had to test in back then.
Our 7th grade year. Yeah, we had to test in, and I think you had to be at an 8. You had to be at an 8.5 to get into the house back then. And I remember testing, and I remember getting accepted at Weston House. But of course, my aunt, she was strict on, wherever I had to go with the majority where the kids was going. So the majority of my family, my whole family just about graduated from Austin. or went to Austin or whatever. So I didn't. It didn't matter for me. But
Hey,
yeah,
Kamar, right. I had to test him, but Tanisha Watkins stayed on your block and went to Western House.
Tanisha stayed on my block. Tanisha stayed on over there.
Not on your block, but somewhere over there.
Yeah, she was over there off
yeah,
of
they didn't.
Huh?
Go ahead,
like
Kanard.
Ohio and like Ohio and fucking like fucking I can't remember the other street, but it was just east of Pine. No, it might have been Ohio and Pine. Matter of fact, Tanisha ain't stay over there. Her cousin them stayed over there. Tanisha, I don't know where Tanisha stayed at, but she used to
Oh
always
wow!
be
I
over
thought
there.
she lived over that way.
No, she might have lived over that way, but she didn't stay in the house because it would be like Tawana and Faye and all them was my people. I used to fuck with them real tough. They didn't go to Austin. I don't even offhand. I couldn't tell you what school they went to. But they was all Jehovah's Witness, and so we was all cool. So I used to go over there, and Tanisha used to come over there sometime. That was their cousin. Now Tanisha didn't, from what I remember, Tanisha didn't stay on that block. Tanisha stayed on the west side.
Okay. I thought y'all. I just knew she knew you because we went to high school together.
Yeah, she knew me. I knew her.
Oh, okay.
Tanisha,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think back then you had to test in. You had to test in,
I
or
think
you
even
had to live,
Tanisha's
or
little
it had to
sister
be
went
your
there too, her
district.
cousin.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
you had to test into the house, or you had to be in their district to go to the house.
Yeah, because
Now I wasn't in their district.